no mambulwa kusambilisha nyaku sumane mikalile ya bumila wama ulupwalo sansa ino ni usaka ya bumi ila sambilisha findi pamikalile yenu na babumi kubusuma.
Iwe Kasuba, na kwa katoloshi. Kwa tikabu piani, mwanzi.
Magi na kupapata icheme. Icheme ni basi, icheme ni kare ni fe.
Chati Magi mfwe. Na wishi batu ripabukuru. Ufure wale kwa kufuara otifia kufuara tuwaifi.
Nomba nishi. Alo ndefuare nshi wake. Ndefuare nshi. Kwatu wakumushi, ndema kwatu wakumushini.
We, insoni ebuntu. Ifia kufuara fia mafumo firi mbwembwe mmashopumu. Nangu pa market kutu wafisanga.
Magi na kupapata. Inepa no nzinzi mukashana, nzimuache nzikasabura. Nshifuye ndefuara kwati mukote. Ule fwa gito nchipopo kachandi chikanshe. Na papata. Mfuye na mwaneka buino.
We chinjeni.
Basi.
Tetulea kuchipimona ufuare fe kwa tulea mkundenga amasha mkubamwe bantu bakwalesa.
Magi ichinzika wa mfuye ichinzike. Iwe.
Tapali nefi ya kuteka nyapa. Kabia nifie mchinje. Ala imwe.
Anyway, nshiri yako na kuchipima kuli yako ndea.
Nga kuchipima waria?
Nshiri atikabili.
Kasuba, uleba ko serious.
Magi.
We Kasuba na iwe. Ifumo ya kumanyana imieshi 4 months shuwa ta ulefua kuya kuchipimo. Wabashani kansha
Umfwa.
Ushana wishi boku wafyo uleibika mupamono mwana obe uli mumala.
Magi umfwa. Gido ntarefua yoku nshinzika. Elo teti nde aneka, nchilefa ukianeka, baka yanze kaba kuchipatala tinaneko kwa bulowa kunshinziko mwaume.
Afikwete nchitwe, fyo Magi, tafikwete nchito. Chikankala sana kwa mboku ya kuchipimu, ideali nefyo waishi batu ripabukuru. Pantu kwa libe miti yosho bapera, ukulano wamunaka, so that ile yafurisha kwa mkukula ukukula kwa mwana kovi.
Okay, but Magi nga kofi konga faine ntifebuino ishilwele na iwe.
Nangu chibefyo. Ufuire okulaya lyonse pakutira balemona ifyo mwana alekula mumala nobumi bwabanina. No tati okay. Elo te ifyo fieka. Fingi bafunda kuchipimo kuli.
Ifya para nshi.
Ifya para imirire ya muntu uri pabukulu nefya afuire kuisunga na fimbi fya shala. Nomba iwe uri fyendwi love.
Ushaba Magi. Mwatisa mkumbona kunona nguwishire mkumfunda. Kusile kapo wishire welanda fefi ifyo. Musile mkunsambirisha na ngumushire mkumbona basi.
Mwarishi bobo afya mwakwata bakasuba. Mulaimona kwati mwarikwata sana mani.
Ba Magi.
Bushaure fwa ukafya lo mwana wakwata obwafya. Elo nishi instana uikwate yakuti uchingirire obwafya mwana obwenga kwata.
Okay, nishi wakosera po, Wakosa po sana peri yashi. Nishi wakosera po, nishi.
Mona, Junior yule munapa. Wempe, ngalifwa. Nganshaire bwangu kuchipima.
Magi chingafe, nishi ashupile.
Talepe mabwino.
Mwelesa. Ichachine pe Magi.
Echo na akoselela pwati utampio kuya kuchipima pantu. Shirefwa na oka pite mufyo na pita mwamfwa. Ekulando konomba.
Na umfwa.
Kaswatiti uli nkonga kuba. Nkongole.
Opo njambile kumitumia phone. Kaya njambile kumitumia phone tamwachira as kama chapo anchiteshani.
Teti ule ndo weshikongoli babukulu na iwe. Elo ngaba kumba.
Bagidio na chipamfi wanchira fa kwa kumimona.
Pali chupile.
Ukufu mafia na miewele atinzine fumo. Tamwamposa kwa na amano bagidio.
Kasuba.
Tamwamposa kwa na amano vapa nono.
Kasuba.
Bagidio ni mwachilamo bagidio ni. Epo ba mawe ba mitsefe. Tamonye ndako no lukasa. Tamoa ishile nako.
Wena ntuma busy fena iwe. Noti fyo fokole tontonga.
Bagidio ni. Mupose kwa amano. Pantu ina muku tontonga ya kwanzi. Nde mwana kwa titufuile kwamba kuya kuchipimwe. Fumo inadi kula. Muleseka.
Ile shuinga nkongera kubaili.
Ndemo kwati ninchelwa. Nonshire fwa ukuya kuchipimwa neka bagidio kwati nshakwata ba omeshuwa. Nshire fwa baka enseka. Bagidio ntafili.
Ubafya wachitimu kukoshwe fintu napa shiringire.
Napa shiringire. Ifumo yako niemie shishiri 4. Nshira tampe chipimo. Bagidio 4.
Umfa baby. Wisaka mana baby na wewe.
Mwalimu ishwa ulia mufiyala onduri ati Magi tefya.
Mwalimu ishwa.
Mwalimu ishwa te? Magi anje beli ati kwa sherefe panono kwa sherefe kwempe uli mwana wako ya Junior wale ngoma limwishiba ngali mulusa ngali ifwa Junior
nishipanda
ifine ifya kana kuchipatala pa nstadi ngire ifine ifi afonde myebe
bwafya wako atakasuba utwa kumva twali fulisha
aho not ne fya kumva pa mwanzi ndemo kwa tefwa ifya renja Magi fya ri kwata mano fwarira nde mwanzini chikankala
mushana olwana
awe njirwele
nomba nishi wakosera pako ya kuchipimo ulefwa ulepitana pirikiti ulepitana mumusebo nakalifumo pirikiti nakalifumo pakati banani bakumona
baby naimwe nomba
mupamba abantu kwishiba ati linefumo kuti bakuchitapo fimo
nomba wakizoni nangufe isitumona
kasuba taripo ilini ashiri
baby Magi achirandati
Magi na futi fyako Magi na fipu hapa
Magi achirandati kuchipimo balasambilishe milile yakwana maye uli pabukulu swati mwana wanzini alekula bwino muleseka elo ati balapela ko nemiti chako bati chako afulisha ko mwana mala kula bwino
kasuba apo perere nemyaka 22 ulenje bati bafuire bakwe bafofire okulya tawaisha okulyayo tapali nefya kusakamana hapa umfwa nalikwata bandi abengasova fye kwino fye sana
banta bene tuwasova munshiranje
balishi bemitisha chikaya ishisuma sana nalapande ndandiko don't worry
no Kashinga mawande bamshuna mwisho bamulelanda poni shitoka chitepa fine
that's my girl ekulando kunomba
mwana imwe
ako
Kasuba nishi
Magi
nishi ashupa
mumala mwakalipa Magi mumala norushingwe
nomba nawe yako kuchipatala nkanishi kabuso waliamba nokia kuchipimo mwati
owe Magi
kwena Kasuba ne milungu ibiri yapitepo nakwebere nishi wakwatira mfulo waso
Magi maina mana fine kwena Magi
nawe ishiba ufiro kuya kuchipatala nomba lini papene so turea kisha kwebere shuwa
njikata koko chmaina
awe turea
okay
nale kwebore chitefikansa
Banamaya bali pabukulu balingira okutendeka bwangu ekipimo bakuchingirira omwana okanambula akashishika HIV kabiri n'okumuchingirira ku bwafya bumbi bwingaponeka abamireterako obubwangalo kabungwe ka Population Media Center
kutikeni kunsaka ya bumi nga mulefu okusambira ifingi pa bumi pepeke n'amatu ku kirimba pakusambira pakashishika HIV SGBV obubi bw'abaana kifyashi eriyo na pali family planning nangula enshira shalekana ishakubompya pakutalukanya abaana
twamilalika pakunonkera mu mutsela nefyakusansa mu shefingi ile twaisa pa chilimba kabiri sendeni molubali okupitira mu kututumina n'okulanda n'abali pamulabasa okukonka n'eri ashibalendapo
mwebena ndola kutikeni kuchimwemwe radio eriyo na Rooster FM liyonse pali chitatu n'enshita ya 10 hours okutendeka pa 17th January 2024
kukitwe kutikeni ku ya FM era na ku Flavor FM liyonse pali chine n'enshita ya 11 hours okutendeka pa 18th January 2024
kumpongwe kutikeni kumpongwe FM liyonse pali chitatu n'enshita ya 10:30 hours okutendeka pa 17th January 2024
webena mufulila nangula ntile abena Mafken kutikeni tekeni ku Mafken FM lyonse pa chibelu chinechita ya 15 hours ukutendeka pa 13th January 2024.
Kuchingola kutikeni ku iWave eriona kukokoliko FM lyonse pali chine nechita ya 09 hours ukutendeka pa 18th January 2024.
Insaka ya bumi ukwafirishanyo kwishibira pwefingi pa bumi na pamikalile
abamiletereko imbila kabungwe ka Population Media Center PMC ukubombela pamo nechipani cha bumi.
VSGBV no mufyashi nino nisaka ya bumi ila zambili shefingi pamikalile yenu eliona pabumi ubusuma. Alright, so welcome to another edition of the Insaka ya Bumi program right here on Rooster 91.3 FM, and definitely we are also live on Radio Chimwemwe, that is 91.7 FM on the Copper Belt province, and this is your host Mukuka Jackson Nawa, and this particular program is brought to you by the Population Media Center in conjunction with the Ministry of Health. So today in the studios I have two guests from the Ndola District Health Office. Firstly, we've got Mrs. Joanne Manda, who is the Senior Nursing Officer, Maternal Child Health. Mrs. Manda, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you? And good morning, viewers.
I am good. And secondly, I've got Mr. Mwanza, who is the Principal Clinical Officer from the Ndola District Health Office. Mr. Mwanza, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, moderator, and thank you very much.
And how is the morning going?
Very cool. I enjoy cool weather.
Indeed. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, just know that this particular morning we are summarizing the maternal and child health topic. All right, so we had earlier on the past weeks we had discussed this in its entirety, hence the wrapping up of this program in a summary. So basically we'll start from the general question. What is because today we're talking about early antenatal booking. So what is early antenatal clinic booking or ANC booking, and who is supposed to do this? I'll start with Mr. Mwanza person. No, okay.
Thank you so much. Antenatal booking, in this case we are talking about early antenatal booking. Early antenatal booking is supposed to be done at any health facility, and the services are provided to the pregnant woman who is supposed to come to clinic as soon as she discovers that she is pregnant.
Okay. So we've heard of antenatal this, antenatal that. Why is it important to pregnant women and the unborn child to go for early antenatal booking?
Yeah, it is very, very important. This is because this service is provided to the mother and the unborn child to ensure that they have the healthy living during the pregnancy and also during delivery, even after delivery. All that starts from antenatal booking. It's because we do a lot of services in terms of teaching the mother on nutrition part, doing some tests like HIV, RPR, which means to check for some other STI conditions. Also, we give drugs to protect these women to have some infections like malaria. Also, we give drugs to boost their blood so that during delivery they don't have any issues with concerning their blood. There are a lot of services which are provided to the mother and to the unborn child, and to check their well-being during that period.
So you've talked about predominantly the mother. So what is the importance of antenatal early antenatal booking when it comes to the child? What are the benefits to the unborn child?
To the unborn child, the benefits are that as we are checking on the mother, we also check on the well-being of the child. We check the growth of the child because there are stages as the child is growing, and during that antenatal booking, even antenatal visits, we check the growth of the baby. We would tell this baby is growing well in utero, or this baby is not growing, there's a problem. It can be identified during those visits.
Mr. Maza.
Yes, maybe just to add on what she has said. Yeah, it's very important to do the early antenatal booking. Like she has already mentioned, we are checking on the health of the mother, and also we are concerned about the health of this baby. And you know that when one is pregnant, the expectations are high, especially at times on the part of the father. They want to have a child. And now, there are so many changes that take place when one is pregnant. And that's why we are saying we have to do an intensive kind of care for the mother as well as for the baby. We'll look at the health of the mother, and we do all the tests to ensure that she remains healthy throughout the period of pregnancy. And also we are able to check on the physiological changes. You know, there are quite a number of physiological changes that take place when one is pregnant. That's why I find that this mother, before she conceived, she was okay. She didn't have maybe a condition like diabetes. And again, also maybe when she was okay, she didn't have hypertension. So these are what we call pregnancy-induced diabetes or pregnancy-induced hypertension. And these, they pose a high risk to the unborn child as well as to the mother. And we ensure that we keep on checking on the condition of the mother. And as Ministry of Health, we have a mission statement where we say the mother should not die when giving life. So should also not the baby die, because the mother is giving life. And this life should not be cut off. So that's why we try to encourage early antenatal booking to ensure that the mother remains healthy throughout pregnancy, and also the baby. If they book late, there are certain things that may be difficult to eradicate because the mother's booked late. Some abnormalities that have already occurred may not be reversed. Yes, so that's why we encourage early antenatal booking.
So we've talked about booking early, as certain things might not be reversed. There are certain instances, obviously, where someone, of course, they book early, but they lack consistency. They don't come as prescribed. You know, when they're told to come within this particular interval, they skip, or maybe they skip a week, they skip a month, they skip 3 months. What are the implications of not being consistent when it comes to antenatal booking?
Thank you. Yeah, that can bring about missing some of the danger signs in that woman. The booking initially, the guidelines were now based on 8 visits in every pregnancy. No wonder if she books early, within 12 to 14 weeks, by the time she'll be about 10, she'll manage to have the 8 visits. And those visits, they are not really just there for the sake of visiting or just with the contact. They are there because there are some stages where we do specific investigations, where we try to find out any danger signs which that woman can have during that pregnancy. So if she's not consistent in her antenatal contacts, we might miss some of the danger signs, as it has already been alluded to, which can endanger that mother and the baby. So being consistent and following all the contacts as guided is very, very important.
So is it a must that a pregnant woman should start going for antenatal, or perhaps it's optional? Okay, okay. If
That one, let me say it's a must. Like the matron said, every mother who is pregnant should go for antenatal clinic 8 times. We call that one focused antenatal care. Now, during the 8 visits, there are certain services that are provided to the mother, and there are certain things that we are able to investigate depending on the stage, and there are certain drugs that are given to this mother so that she remains healthy throughout pregnancy. For instance, we give drugs that we give certain drugs to prevent anemia, we give drugs to prevent malaria. Now, if this mother says, I want to go for antenatal visit, in case of maybe malaria, she suffers from malaria, you know that in pregnancy, malaria is quite dangerous. Yes, it can affect the mother and also the unborn child. And it can lead also to the loss of the child. You have expectations. I want to have this child. I want to bring life on earth. But if you are not able to go to people that are qualified to provide the care and the services that are required in pregnancy, you may find that you may not achieve your desired result. Yes.
All right. So if you're just tuning in, this is the Insaka Yaumi program, which is being broadcast live on Rooster 91.3 FM and Radio Chimwemwe, that is 91.7 FM. And definitely this program is sponsored by the Population Media Center in conjunction with the Ministry of Education. And in the studios today I have Mrs. Joanne Manda, who is the Senior Nursing Officer, Maternal Child Health from the Ndola District Health Office, as well as Mr. Mwanza, the Principal Clinic Officer from the Ndola District Office. And we're just doing a summary of maternal and child health. So today we're talking about ANC book, early antenatal clinic booking. So you've labored on the issues where the importance of consistency. It is obviously a must that every pregnant woman, by the way, must go for antenatal booking. So when it comes to going early or not being consistent, there are certain issues that have arisen, and some have just heard of them and some have claimed they have experienced them. Number one, there are certain women who express fear to say, if they go late, the nurses will shout at me, they will admonish me in all manner of ways. Then secondly, there are certain people who are deep-rooted into tradition, and they have this school of thought to say traditional medicine can help alleviate certain problems that might be diagnosed or discovered when they are going for antenatal at their various health facilities. Just can you address those two issues?
Yeah, in terms of the health workers to shout at the mother who has come late for antenatal booking, that one for now, I don't think it's really there. We've tried by all means to try and educate our nurses, sensitize everyone as health workers to make sure that they attend to those women. Even if they come late, they might have the other reasons why they've come late. They are supposed to be attended to. And right now, it's really none. It's not unheard of. If they are there, then they are very, very few. Otherwise, we are discouraging that. Why we are there is because of the same women and everyone who are supposed to access the health services. So on that one, please, mothers, don't be scared. You can go to the clinic on the day you are supposed to go for antenatal. If you are late, definitely you had a reason. But the other thing is we encourage, as soon as you know that you are supposed to go for the service, make some arrangements so that as you be there as early as possible, because when you are attended to early, that's when you can receive the holistic management of care. And I know some clinics, there are a lot of queues, and we make sure that the nurses are turned with other health workers to help those women. So please don't be scared that they'll be shouted at or anything. No.
Mr. Mwanza, traditional medicine and ANC, can they mix?
Okay. We are saying that the mothers, I think, as soon as they know they're pregnant, or some, those that may not be sure that they are pregnant, they can go to the clinic and they'll be helped to know that. And before I maybe respond to the issue of traditional medicine, you know, there are these myths, yes, which are there in the communities, where they say, if I announce that I'm pregnant at an early stage, I may end up losing a pregnancy. That is just a myth, and that's what makes some people go for antenatal booking late. And this in the past has given us challenges. So as soon as they know they are pregnant, let them go. And traditional medicines, I think they should not be used. And you know, the problem with traditional medicines is that you may not know the dosage. You may not know even the effect of the same traditional medicine to the unborn baby. So you find that the same medicine may be harmful to the baby. The same traditional medicine may be harmful even to the mother. And we know that there are mothers that take traditional medicine to shorten the period of labor. They are the ones that we see to have problems, I think, maybe with the baby and also with their health, because these medicines are not recommended. That's why we are encouraging them to go to the clinic. There are drugs, if they find that there is need for the mother to take any drug, there are drugs that they are able to take that are not contraindicated in pregnancy. And you should know that it's not every drug the mother who is pregnant can take. They are selected drugs so that we safeguard the health of the baby. So traditional medicines are not encouraged.
All right. Okay, so before we start taking up course, I've got this particular question for you. I want to understand the difference, because I know some people say, like I said, some people are certain, they are deep rooted in culture and societal traditional beliefs, and they will say, but if I got it to panganda once to whatever 15, but panganda. So why are you telling us to say we should be delivering from health posts, clinics, or hospitals and whatnot? So what distinguishes home delivery? What distinguishes delivery from home and at a facility, a health facility? I'll start with Mrs. Amanda.
Yeah, the difference between the home delivery and the facility delivery is that the home delivery is not safe. Why I say so? At home, the environment itself, the things to use when the mother is delivering, when delivery is being conducted, there's a lot happening, there's blood there, and the environment where that woman is supposed to deliver to is supposed to be very clean. Even whatever is supposed to be used on that woman is very clean. Otherwise, if that cleanliness is not maintained, some infection can set in during that time, and it can be very dangerous to both the mother and the baby. And then if we compare with the facility deliveries, they are meant for deliveries, and meaning that everything which is needed to use during delivery to safeguard the life of the baby as the mother is there. In case of any complications, things can be used, and people are there, the skilled workers to take care of the mother. The skilled workers to take care of the mother. The services are there. So when the mother opts to deliver at home, then there are a lot of dangers there, because whatever will happen there, in case of any complication, they will fail to handle it, and at the end of it, we may end up lose the mother or the baby. And when at the facility, they will be taken care of holistically, because we are ready for them. Whatever is supposed to be used on that woman, in case of any emergency, we know how to handle it at the facility. So that's the difference. So we really discourage to have home deliveries, because it's a big danger, and we have lost some women because of such. They might deliver at home, they may end up they die there. Sometimes they deliver at home, they try to rush to the hospital, they die on the way. It's too late. So we really discourage delivery at home because it's not safe. The people who are conducting the delivery are not skilled. The equipment itself is not safe. The environment is not safe. So everything is not safe at home. So please, mothers, we beg you, please, there is a place where to deliver from, which is a health facility.
Yes, exactly. You know, this did not just come about from nowhere. We have statistics. And when one is delivering from home, is being attended to by, let me say in those days, those who were delivering from home were being attended to by traditional birth attendants who were not qualified or skilled, who lacked certain skills. You know that when the mother is in labor, it is not just something that will be there maybe for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. It takes hours, and the labor is monitored. And we are able to come up with an action at the health center when we see that the expected period in which this mother is supposed to give birth it has gone beyond the expected time. We are able to act quickly so that we save the life of the baby, and we are able also to monitor the condition of the baby whilst the mother is in labor. There are times that maybe this mother will say, it's not supposed to deliver from the clinic. We need to rush this mother to the hospital. When the mother reaches the hospital, they are able to act quickly and maybe rush the mother to the theater and do a cesarean section, and the baby's life is saved. Two, the environment at home where this mother is delivering from is not sterile. There are infections, there are microorganisms that you are not able to see with your eyes. You find that this baby, quite okay, is born from home, but you have a lot of infection. You find that immediately after the baby is born, develops fever. And then you find that this baby, when we rush the baby, the mother rushes the baby to the clinic, it may be too late and the baby may be lost. And the mother, as she is delivering from home, may lost a lot of blood. And when they try to rush the mother to the hospital, the mother will die on the way. And we have statistics of such incidences. That's why even the government, for the government to come up with this program of ensuring that mothers deliver from the health center, we saw that many mothers were dying when giving birth. That's why we are encouraging mothers, please rush to the hospital or to the nearest clinic so that you can deliver from there, a safe environment where your life will be monitored as well as the life of the baby, so that no one will be able to lose life. Yes.
All right. So let's discuss this particular question. Then we shall start picking up calls. So how can you, when it comes to highlighting the importance of preparation? All right. Can you share the essential items that a woman should bring to the hospital for childbirth? And I think this one should be responded to in Bemba, so that so yeah, the items that you know, the essentials that a woman should bring to the health facility in readiness for delivery or in preparation for delivery.
Okay, Doctor. Yeah, okuipekanya kwefumo in the first place, the emergency as such, because if more it in that 9 months, that's the normal pregnancy. So if you tukoseresha fiat namayo afira tampo kuipekanya immediately ashwati na akwate fumo, and firia fya kuipekanya te fingi effort fire ku hospital no. If anything, ifinge fafire kuipekanya fyawa bene banyina no mwana. No wonder kuchipatala tatulingire no kupera namayo maybe ichale mbwa ifintu ifyatantama ifinge ati yo mkalete ifine tatuchitafira because we know that ifingi ifyakuvabomberapo vali avamayo valafisanga ku hospital so ilingi fye tufwailisha ati vaipikanya avene nefya mwana and nafye nefya mwana na vanyina avene chikonka na family efyo vengachita afford definitely mwana ngafyala afwira aba omwakaba afwira kwatoto wakufala tantu natebera vanyina naveve pano mapakupapa vafwira vakwata efya kufala makamaka fya kufala kunshira ikamapadzi nangufya otusatu twakuchisha wino then akakuchinja so that vali no busaka because after okupapa tulakomaira sana pa usaka pano ngatatu konkero busaka na mawe panga kwatana ma infections yako ati aleta no busanso so limolimo tulabika puno kwe bati kuti basunga kuna tuma gloves efo nalumbira pa ma gloves limo kulaba na mawe bala imalete kwisa kuchipatala in case basangira munshira nangu kunganda ulio bale afirisha pa kupapa afire abo fya ma gloves pa kuti ma infections tayaliko ero tatuelanda nombati tuba tukoma ile pati bale kwata ma gloves pa kuti ni like tuleshta encourage atuali papira kunganda awe ifyo tatulefwa just in case of an emergency that one mafire bakwata again if ifimbi fyako bati tulofa kulanda tadwanda tumkaleta majiki mukalete fya kulala pofishi fyose ku hospital finoshi kufira sangwa twalisanga u problem yako bati bana maya bengi bala pera reason yako bati nali firo kuisa because shakwete ifinefi efyo nombe government yali monapo ati chikankala sana tufyonse tukwate mu hospital na tufikwata so bena kuli bena kuipekanya fipalu wabo ifyakufala ifyawe fyewe ngakumanisha na fya mwana otherwise takuli sana ifinge fotfoya kuchipatala pali noshita awe fyonse ngabaisa kuchipatala bala afisanga kuchipatala fotola bawombera pomkwai.
All right, so the phone lines are now open to my phone kuipusha ma questions mkwete nangula my SMSs and we'll definitely read those particular ones out and the phone line is 0965913913 so 0965913913 nishmwafika kumalowa sawaru 91.3 FM and again we are also live on the radio Shimwemwe 91.7 FM. Program iyo wa military ba Population Media Center in conjunction ba Ministry of Health and it is called Insakayao. So 0965913913 that is the number that you can come through on and I will definitely be able to ask or to clarify or to add on to what has been discussed so far. So as we await the phone calls, how can an expecting mother overcome financial challenges? Okay, we've got a caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Uncle John.
Yeah, I'm moment. Manani, Gerard. All right, Gerard from Kushi, go ahead.
But don't for Mondini. Naka shibandi bali nefumo nomba kliniki baranjo ko bati mushite 36 mushita magravzi and then put mushite na jik next paper fyonse pe na maternity material nomba ile bushe ifyo vya pero kuita like magravzi 6 and then it's paper and then put next thing nga 36 balanda kwa 36 kuje manje ile pondefo kuje bako ati kuje ni singa ifitenga muntu alingiro kuli to kutwala kulia nangu jiki nangu amagravzi next paper ndefo amunjele kwapo.
All right, so Mr. Gerard potamla putura tulefo kumishusha kwa ati muri week number 3 na week number 4 this month kwa laba kwa ma giveaways whereby we will be asking you some questions concerning these programs zote kwa tapo then ngamwasko fe wino mukalawi na kwa ama prizes zako ina so we are encouraging you to continue listening to this program even as it proceeds. All right. Okay, Mr. Gerard is gone, but I hope he got the message. 0965913913 0965913913. That is the number that you are catching me on. So if you've got questions, points of clarity, kindly come through. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Na, good morning, sir.
Yes, morning. How are you?
This is Kinkayo from Mitengo, sir.
Your name is? Kinkayo from Mitengo. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Kinkayo. Hello. Kinkayo. Hello. Hello, Kinkayo, your network is bad. It's terrible. We can barely hear you.
How about you? Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, a little bit clearer. Go ahead now. You can repeat your question.
Okay, I just wanted to get from the panel there concerning here what mwana hapo kwa papa, because some people usually say kile ngomwana okulimbiwa nangubanye nabagenda kusamwe anomwamembi. So I just want to be clarified on that one.
Okay, and before you go, Kinkayo. Hello? Okay, he's gone. Okay, so 0965 913 913 0965 913 913. That is the number that you are catching me on. This is a Insaka Yaomi program brought to you by Population Media Center in conjunction with the Ministry of Health, and we are live on both Roost FM 91.3 as well as Radio Chumamwe 91.7. So come through using the number 0965 913 913 and give us your questions, give us your contributions, your suggestion, or your points of clarity. So, Mr. Gerard from Mukushi says, and he was told to buy gloves if tenge 56 jik nama paper. So I don't know how you can respond to him. He was asking to say, how many items should we take to the health facility in readiness for childbirth or delivery?
Gerard vakumkushi?
Yes, from Mukushi.
Okay. Yeah, aifana chilanda napa first nati fya kutwala ku hospital ili ngife nife mwine banyina no mwana and ife fya kwatwapenda ati efutenge 6 twabikapo na majiki na magloves 6 efo twachilana ndati ife fyena tatulingire no kubikapo echo twalandira chako bati ngani jiki ilasangwa ku hospital eyo tubonfya ife efutenge fyawo banyina but if it is 6 I don't think nafikwa attention to kuchipatala ife fitenge awe fyakufala fyabende banyina so muri fitenge tete basaka manimo sana kuti bashitafe fwenga kwanisha I'm sure echo baleko maira pobusa kafe because bale fired pakuti ngaba papa bakale fala fya clean but fyakwa tifitenge 6 na majiki na magloves jiki na magloves fyose filasangwa ku hospital makamaka kuno kumyesu kundola eko tuombera efo tubomba shishive abanensu kumkushi but otherwise pali noshta efo nalanda fyako bati jiki na magloves filasangwa ku hospital but ifitenge fyabene banyina na fye na 6 fyamonika kwati fyafula patch time kuti bashita fyefenga kwanisha nanguchi mwana ngufibili so that nga papa akakwata obusaka na mayo.
Mr. Monza, responding to King Kayo, he's asking during childbirth, right? The child who's been delivered dies. He's asking, some people have attributed this or have related this to a woman's promiscuity. Barepshati ngarimbi bushechishinge chakwa tumwana ngafwa upon delivery nishi bani na bari utawikeko munshira shimbi whilst she was still pregnant.
Nalalanda mchibemba ndesubira bakinkayo echo bachiranda from Mitengo bachira ipshapa ila balanda mchibemba tinchira balanda ti umwana kashinga lipabukulu umwa mafira isunga bwino nangu umwana kasha isunga bwino okuchita void inchira ngaichira then pakupapa idho umwana akafa nangu naye nakatashani akafa nangu umwana akulasambira kumulu but medically speaking therefore kulando kweba there are a number of reasons or causes ichilengo mwana pakupapa achitashani afwa. When labor is monitored properly, the mother rushes to the clinic in good time and is being monitored. We don't expect that baby to die. There is nothing like Inshila. We don't believe in that. That is just a traditional belief. So labor is monitored. Like I said, if the mother presents to the clinic in good time, that labor will be monitored. And we have got the tools that we use to monitor labor. You find that maybe after 30 minutes we'll check on the condition of the baby, unborn baby, and also the condition of the mother, and we check on the process. Okay, and we are able to estimate time that this mother will be able to give birth around this time, and we check. So when we see that no, actually we have gone past the required time, we are able to act quickly. And then you find that at times the mother will come to the clinic late, especially they say to shorten labor. They will take certain concoctions, African oxytocin, to speed up labor. Then mwalasanga tifirafine bachita baisana late ku clinic, that will have an effect on the baby. So chalalenga nangu baleba pachipatala okweba tibachite act munshire lyonso kupusosha omwana kuti chashupanishi nishitana itashani naipita. So ifyonga fyachitika tatulelanda tiyo abalume bali enderepo nangu abakashi bali enderepo echalenga umwana ukufwa awe. Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Limori mo problem lyatampa continental. That's why twachira ko mairati na mayo afu ya konkanya kwisa continental. Limbe oli omwana malatale kula bwino ali kweta malwere kwa ati panchita yako papa asanga ati afumana fo mwana, otherwise if nabalanda kali ama problems yalengo mwana kufa yengi sana. That's why ambira continental mpaka panchita yako papa so that wamenga shwa tu mwana na tumchenje ntabuna no twashwa na kwa tubume usuna.
All right, so 0965913913, that is the number that you can catch us on. 0965913913. So you can come through ngulama points of clarity, and we shall definitely address those. So getting back to our questions, just what are the potential dangers that expecting mothers should be aware of when considering home deliveries?
Konkane foto wachilanda pa first ama dangers yengi sana nga kwa wati nama ya refo kupapira kuhanda. Number 1, uliawina wala mpapisha dakwete skill tulanda ati dakwete okusambirira ukuishi bati ukupapisha bapapisha efi lero teshibe no mwana ifi arere muri ya mukati in case umwana maya ya mleba umwana talere bwino leba kuti atamba but teta afumu mwana because talere bwino andule muntu ule mpapisha ule tete shibe ati umwana talere bwino because kutaishibe ifi akuchita. And again ndatwachiranda pa first ati limoli makulaba ati epo ale papira nokusaka bwino tapali balast balalenga uliana mayo ya kwatashani ama infections otushishi twaingira panuma ya kupapanishi na mauna kwato bwafya. So ama dangers yengi sana ya kwa watu pante pota lepapisha environment tairi safe. 2 tatuishiwe mwana alirishani mara. 3 in case apapa atampo kupongo moko mloba wala shitashani manage that because ni kunganda kula tabaisho ifi ya kuchita. In case ifile shitika mumala muda tabale fimona tabeshiwe chiri chonsi panto tabeshiwe kupima tabale mumushita moni tafila tuachiranda nishi fili fyonse fyara shitika pala wa usaso kalamba sana panto wala filo kushitashani ukufishita hando panto tabaishi tabasambira pofya kupapisha. So ema dangers ya inge otuinga sanga community ngatule papira kunganda.
No kulunda pofya mkwai. Lionse na mayo ngafika kuchipatala elo alia mkupapa kwa liva efe tuwevo kwa wati ama vital signs. Nifile fya kwa tuwala checkinga BP bushe BP ya kwe uyuna mayo ilifye bwino. Nga tuwasanga ti BP na ikwela i BP kuti ya leto ubusanso kuli na mayo na kumwana tuwalaluisha okukontolola BP kuli na mayo kunganda ifya teti beshibe bushe uyumu na mayo BP na ikwela na angula iyo tu na kabiri tuwalalolesha panshira limo umwana ilia passage inshira lepita mu mwana kwati afume mala afume kunse kwalaba okwamba kuchecking abushe inshira no mwana firendela panga pamo limo kuti mwasanga okwebati uyu mwana umuto wakulisha inshira tashani yachepa kuti mwasungana mayo kunganda mulelo lela chala papa but inshira na ichepa umwana filo kitashani okufuma. Then as a result mala sanga tumwana alafuira mwisa mumala alanwina. Then bambi abana mulesango kwebati abalechita hando ineleba yakwana mayo kunganda bala lakinga certain skills. As a result bala lenga ubusanso kumwana umwana tete afu but may cause injuries kumwana, may cause deformities kuli ulio mwana. Then masanga tu mwana aisa kwato bwafya na mukukula, and we see those things kubana abengi elo chimbi tulesango kwebati okukwine kunganda kumakwine ekobali mwala sanga okutila ti uyo namayo limbi alikwatako ubulwele bumo obulefu aika aba kuchipatala ukuchecheta nero ale papa, and we make sure that uyu mwana olefyalwa techiresangwa n'obwafya, so aba kunganda tetibeshibe. And even if yakuchita hando bwino uli omwana efira mulesanga okuba ti omwana afyalwa within a few days afwa nangwa mutwala kuchipatala nisho, it's almost too late. So emulandu wine tulelandila pali aya mafya aya kwati kunganda kwalibo bwafya obukalamba kuchila okuya kuchipatala.
Okay, so 0965913913 is the number that you are catching us on. So tumatuma padiyo ine number na ngula ni SMS then to arrive renga nganam kwateri pusho. We will definitely address your question or your clarity or whatever it is that you have to say concerning the topic of discussion. So speaking of deliveries at home, deliveries at facilities, when it comes to data, all right, when it comes to data, can you share the latest data on home and facility deliveries? Okay, I've got a caller. Okay, we're beeping unfortunately. So you can come through using the number 0965913913. Just call, don't beep, and we will definitely have our two experts in the studio to address your plights or your concerns. So 0965913913. So there is this question from King Kayo again through SMS, and he says another question is that there are babies that are at times born with big umbilical cords, but some with just normal umbilical cords. Where does the problem come from? Madam Manda.
Thank you. I can't really maybe tell what he means by a big umbilical cord or a small umbilical cord. But initially, when the baby is born in the hospital and that is observed being an abnormal thing, those are some of the maybe congenital abnormalities. Just like that. But if they are born in the hospital and they are saying that it's an abnormal thing, it's big, then things to correct it at the hospital can be done. The corrections can be done, but most of the time they can see as if the umbilical cord is big, but it's just the way it is, the structure of that, the way it is. Others, they don't have very big problems unless otherwise.
Okay, so before we talk up that particular SMS, we were talking about issues that have to do with data. What is data currently when it comes to home and facility deliveries in dollar?
In terms of data, I can't maybe mention the percentage as per se, but we still recording some home deliveries, and the facility deliveries, of course, they are high, but we don't expect any woman to deliver from home. We want 100% all pregnant women to deliver from the hospital. So in short, I can say we still have numbers who are delivering in the homes, especially in town. We don't really expect that because we have clinics everywhere. If you go to the clinic, which is not a delivery facility, and the mother is in labor, definitely that clinic will make arrangements to take that woman to the clinic which she can deliver from, even the hospital. So we expect all mothers to deliver from our clinics. Otherwise, the numbers are still there. We are still having mothers delivering from home by people who are not skilled in conducting deliveries, which is a challenge to us.
Okay, so 0965913913. That is the number that you are catching me on. 0965913913. So Mr. Mwanza, I've got this particular question for you. How are maternal deaths addressed in our deaths? Okay, I've got a caller. Okay, hello, you're through to Mr. FM. Hello. Twashuka fe tuomba fe ino bana nishi na ngore tumina mkoe.
Kaputa makushimanshi.
Mr. Kaputa.
Mkwae.
Landeni from tuwatire ko mkoe.
Devo kulipsha. Pamufyashi uyo uri paukuru. Ngakumutwala kuleba pa kuna kuchilata banda kuchilata. Kumutwala ngani shinga.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Kaputa. In the 3rd and 4th week of this month, we will be tukalapera kutuma giveaways filianga mwatuma tukalamisha kutuma question tumotumo concerning ama topics so tuachita discuss. So today mikoselesha kwa wati you should continue listening to this program because you stand a chance of winning some prizes in the near future pretty soon. All right,
Thank you.
all right, you're welcome. Okay, so 0965 913 913 0965 913 913. Mr. Monza, the question, it needs clarity from Mr. Kaput.
Of course, natafambe pushe bwino bwino pachipibula tuyo namayo pakumutwala kuleba kumutwala nishali nemyeshinga nomba inena maybe mukuchita understand kwandi na mfawati uku maybe balela ndokulembesha afira lembesha linemyeshinga ya tulela ndokwebati pali penefe aishi batali pabukolo namayo afira tashani alembesha kwa itakuwa bokulolela twist imyeshifike ko itatu nangula 4 ifo bale chitakale pakwa tinshita yakwe kuchipatala ichepeko so nomba tulela ndokwa timulandu wafya tulemona amafya nobuchusho bale pitamo bana mayo twalisanga tichikankala na mayo ukwamba ukulembesha pala pene fya isho fya tali pabukulu bana mayo bale shiba iringi ukwebati napisha umweshi shiri bwino uno bambi kulaba no kutwishika.
Okay, so okay, you can proceed.
Kulaba no kana isho ale twishika tanshishibe ngandi pabukulu nangula iyo nangula ale twishika kuya kuchipatala abakuchipatala balafuirisho kwishiba ngali pabukulu nangula talipa bukulu ngabaisho batalipa bukulu pala pene fye tatuamba no kupende myeshi nishi ukuya kuchipimo kufire kwa tampa nomba file fatepshat ngakuya kuleba myeshi ngatulela ndoka tuleba na ena twalishibo kwebati namayo elo manafyo kwebati apa nomba imyeshi na ipalama.
Okay, I'll cut that particular thought of yours short. We just pick up this particular caller. Hello.
Mwawombe mkwa.
Yeah, mkwa mwawombeni mwashugani.
Mkwa nyo chipili mwongirandi ndeti nina kuno kwa George.
Tuwana ni wachipili nani? Wachipili?
Mwongirandi.
Alright, go ahead Mr. Chipili.
Na mfwa mfwa mwalondo ukila di. Na maa yangu alea kureba ukasi na ukila msisenge fili. Na mtako tejiki kikaya. Kumbo ba nasi wala kakipa sana ngakabutila taratuma nishofi. Na mtampo katika msabla siya. Kumbo ufundisho uchimunga kwa tuko ufunda kwa wana. Na apira mkwa.
Oh, okay.
Maragata kona kakinkinya silata kukinya wale kule baki kama leo tukanikono kwa katika msalo kwa kuwa kwa wale sawa kwa abantu.
Okay. Apata mraputira wachipiri. Okay, he's gone. Okay, so I think you can proceed with the thought that you had, then we will address Mr. Chipili's. Okay, well, let's pick up this particular caller. Hello.
Niba Johnny football bwera banyaba sai pusha pasi kwetu mwana kushukuleba. Play pusha kwa kumuleta kampu leba kwa mouse dorana mwana kashi basi kutoka nchita mwamleta kampu leba ikada ku clinic na hospital. So ne pusha ni nshia. Kwa beni shinga. Mwa
Mkwa.
Okay. Yeah, mulepiri ulakuwa twala kuchilata I think. Yeah, ukuchilata it depends na namayo ifumoli yako ifyo ili. Nga wali kugire continental ero babe batina bakwatu bwafya. We have to take that woman apepi na chipatala as soon as possible. But nga ile fumo taikweta mafya yali yonse. It's only that bekala okutali ero bali fya babera apepi na chipatala. Nishi kumutwala mumwenshi wa 8 kuma last all yabangira fe mwenshi wa 9 because ifumo nga yafika ya normal fye na mu 8 months bambi wala papa 9 months na even 7 months. So mufere mule bashita monitor bwino sana kwati ngata pali any problem the area the better but ngapali problem emfere mwaya bwangu sana feso ati bayekala kulia nangu bekala emyeshingi so long bali mpepi na clinic baleba mona so kuba twala kuchirata it depends na ifumu efyo ili ngata taikweta amafya ali onse bali fye bwino kuti baya kuma last mweshi wa 8 but ngakwa bat nawa kwata ama problems kuti baya nangu mu 4 months nangu 5 months so long abakonke fe babashita advice kwisa ku clinic so those ama mothers shelter efe babelele kwa bati na mayo talingiro kuchulo kufuma ukutali afika kushipatala is too late no wonder my mother shelter alikulia nomba ili ngwafya tukwata bashitata muchita support sana bana mayo muri nshira. It's like ukuba pere fafere okuikara kulya because ku mother shelter tabapokerera ifya kulya fili fyose kufuma mshipatala kuimwena abene. So if us to fight ati pale tulepekanya ifya mwana ifya banyina again tuletwa pekanya nefumo ya in case pali problem afira kukaya ku mother shelter ali amkwikala shani ushena kwa tefya kulya na kwa type akalala buno yes kama stress kutika bakolimbi utabakwete utwa kufimba na buno so fyose fira tuletwa pekanya kwa tulupwa. So kuya ku mother shelter chintu chikalamba sana makamaka bali abikala kutali nefipatala so itatulefaya kupapira kunganda because ilinga marizonzi walandati kuchipatala kutali but mino clinic yakumyabo kwali ba mother shelter. So batatu watema sana pantu mwaipusha equation meaning that na mwishi bati kwali ba na mayo fenga ya mkulolera ifumo ngafumo kutali. So kubatwala isaiza mawatwala kulia kuma 8 months nga ifumo ilifie bwino fyose fifie bwino but ngana kwata problem you take her as early as possible kulingana ni first advice ku clinic at hotel.
All right, so Mr. Monza, before Mrs. Manda came in, you were still you were on the floor. You had a point that you were stressing, so you can just complete that one, and we can respond to Mr. Chipili. Yeah.
Mkwai ne bapwirikisha kwena natafu okulando kwati ngabale pilibulati nishtansha kutwala kuleba aba kuchipatala bala chita advise ero too depending on the condition nobumi bwakwana mayo.
My apologies, but I just have to cut you once more. All right, hello. Washenko volume chirimba chimenfya chirimba. There's too much feedback. Chimenko chirimba. Yes. Your name is?
Ndetina Kundola.
Atwa nani?
Nebo Chileshe.
Mr. Chileshe.
Mrs. Chileshe.
Mrs. Chileshe. Oh, okay. Pardon me.
Inside.
Yes.
I'm calling from Mundola.
Okay. Yes.
Ichilengo mwana aisa na ipombo mutoto pakufyalwa. Inchi. Quite on the 450.
Okay. So Mr. Monza, you can proceed, and we will definitely get to the callers.
Mkwai so ile akutwala uko kwini natanda tingani kuchilata ba kuchipatala bala chita device necho tulelu ishoko tulelo lekeshapo pale abumi bwa mwana no bakwana mayo no kumono kutila tiba palamina bwangu kuchipatala ekubenga ba abakubatangata mukwangu fyanya. So tabafuile ba chita delay state that yo le banga ya palama elo twala ima you can't tell, you can't detect it. So mkwai ngaba manafi kwati imyeshi ya ilepwa chawama baba paramika mupepi ebiko batampa nokulaba cheche takai kula kuchira tatabeka lafya yo bala kwata nokulaba mona nkula mona obumi bwabo mkwai. So bafire babomba ukulingana na bafire bakonka advice ya bakchipatala nefyo basanga obumi bwa kwana mayo fungoli.
So in the same vein, I think you can respond to Mr. Chipili. Insufficiency of materials at kula bako kubakaka shanga mwasanga ti nababusha fimo feel required na ngofo barefo ko kena fyo kuchipatala pakupapa, and some are not really well spoken to. What's your take on that?
Na balanda kale ba matron manda okweba ti ififaika kuchipatala ni fifi ne bachilondolola like fya mwana fya kupekanya fya kubomfya kumwana na mwine na mayo like ama pads ama gloves tiba pekanya in case kwa bobo afya munshila baya bomfya pakupapisha but the tatule konko meshatio ifimufire maisano kwamba kubakalipiranga baisa fimbi tapali awe I think pali choba chilondolo la bwino sana na chumfuika then maybe what afya bengachita ngachakwa tuambo kwata ayo challenges no kumfo kutila tibambi bale kalipira abantu bale eba abantu ifine na kutila ti muletefi tamulete no kwamba kubakalipira emulandu ine kwali ba within the facility eyo balando kwat grievance desk ya kuti baya ba mwana ba in charge ba ila clinic no kuyalondolola ubwafya bwabo no kumona ulia staff wa uyo wino ule chitefyo ba in charge ba chide chipatala na bakwate nsambo iya kuikala na bali abantu panshi n'okubeeba bwino efe bengatangata bali abantu bwino. Just in case nankulifire fa ikafimbi bena nabakwata ensambu ishakwati balanda bwino na bali abantu bakita understand. So tekuikala fena okutina tiyo bala tupatira kwali ba desk obonfapo na suggestion box eko yaba kuti mwabika mona imwe amapange yenu efe mune mwana pachipatala so that twaba abakubombera bwino abantu, we are there to provide a service, not to intimidate anyone.
And Mrs. Manda, there was this quite interesting question from Mrs. Chileshe from right here within Indola. She was asking, what causes umwana aipomomdoto? I believe this is a twisted umbilical cord, is it?
Yes. Yeah, Vana Chileshe, umwana ngali mumala luli alekula afire ale samba mumenshi ya fiance fire afire kula omubiri wakwe n'omutoto, so iringi bali abatemo kuipomba mu kutika shingo nambula ati umutoto ngatolanda chani ambala iko code ilalepa ngana ilepa ilo na mwana mulepa kusamba kuti aipomba, otherwise takuwa abaifili specific atefirenga limolimo nifili afinefe mwana ale kula nole ale samba mala kuti wampombo mtoto nga utali kuti kulingana nifyo ale samba. No wonder it's very important kuya continental, because continental nga continental tukula kushitana scan ili scan ila tulanga omwana ifi alire ngana pombe wa mala muli tulamona tu mwana alifwa ikatuka mpapishe mushira ya sopantu na kwata code around the neck fila moneka kuscan. So antinental again to lebwelera is very very important. Ila mwana no kumana tu mwana napombwa kuti twamuombera mushira ya sona. So wala ko tabere continental ya kuti pakufyalwa ero mwasango mwana napombeka sana ngata bamwene kwangu anasi kuti twalusana mwana panshira fya kwatalina mkumshira shani mkufyalwa pantu umutoto ule kuti wamukama afa no kufa mwana. So no wonder it's very very important kuya continental, because fiance ifyo kuti twafimo na la tulishita continental.
Okay, so one more question from our listeners before we get to the last question as we get to conclude. King Kayo comes through again using SMSs and says, assume there is a mother, a pregnant female who fell pregnant at a tender age, and she is unable to deliver through the normal delivery because the opening is small, and the family is against her undergoing a cesarean section. How can such a person be helped? Madam?
Yeah, that one definitely, that person should be helped by the skilled personnel at the hospital, and the help is to, most of them, if the only possible delivery is to take that woman to theater, we need to counsel the family to explain really the dangers and why that procedure is supposed to be done. So the most important thing there is information. The family should understand that problem and how to be handled. So if they say, the hospital say, this one can't deliver normally, we need to take to Caesar, they explain the reasons why, and we expect the people to comply. If they don't, we may end up losing that young girl. Otherwise, the only solution is to understand what is happening, and when they explain, people should understand, and they are at liberty to ask a lot of questions, as many as possible, so they understand why such is happening. Otherwise, teenage pregnancy is very dangerous because they are not fully formed, and it's difficult for them to have normal deliveries. So most of the time they need to go through cesarean section.
All right, so as we get to conclude, I will give you 1 minute each to just labor on this particular question. Predominantly we've been talking about during pregnancy, so basically we've talked about the prenatal life of a woman. Now postnatal, what are some of the conditions, what are some of the postnatal conditions, and why is early detection, or how is early detection of postnatal conditions important, and just what are some of these postnatal conditions? Yeah, quite a number of questions, but 60 seconds.
Yeah, postnatal conditions, we can talk about infections. Upon the mother after delivery, she can have some infections which can lead to a very serious conditions, which can even lead maybe to death. Sometimes also after delivery, that woman would develop some conditions which are supposed to be handled as she's during that period. Sometimes that condition may come, maybe it started during antenatal, but it has to go go after delivery, but it takes some time, and if it's not monitored well, it can also cause some serious danger to that woman. And some of the serious complications which are very common upon delivery, the mother will start having bleeding, excessive bleeding, which we don't expect. Sometimes others, they can't bleed immediately after delivery. After some days, they'll start bleeding, which we call postnatal hemorrhage, which is a very dangerous condition. If it's happening at home and the woman doesn't come to the hospital as early as possible, they lose life like that. So there are a lot of other postnatal dangers. No wonder during postnatal, after delivery, we expect the mother to be seen before she goes home within 48 hours in the hospital. Then thereafter, they have to come back at 6 weeks and also at 6 days and 6 weeks. That's when we say our woman is safe, is no longer a maternal woman. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, there are a lot of dangers and a lot of conditions which can come up after delivery.
Okay, so Mr. Monza, I will also give you 60 seconds to just conclude on that particular aspect of postnatal services.
Thank you very much. And this is also an important period of the mother. And this is where the mother needs a lot of support, because there are a number of conditions that may manifest after the mother gives birth. She has talked about infections, she has talked about bleeding. There is also a condition, and let me say postnatal care with at the facilities within 48 hours. But when we look at the period, it goes up to 6 weeks. During that period of 6 weeks after delivery, the mother requires a lot of support and care, because it is during that period that the mother may develop puerperium psychosis. Ekyo ndela ndapochakwa tibambi panoma ya kupapa nama hormones ya lubana mu mubiri balesa kukwata amatontonkanyo ya kitashani ya lubana. Bambi balaleka nokonsha baleka nokonsha omwana, bambi bala bafe nokoya fati abafe kwati umuntu fe alubana. So muri ne period ero balafaika okubasakamana bwino kuti bakwata eutronda puerperium psychosis. Bambi, because of the pain and the stress they go through during childbirth, balesa bambi mukuingira na depression, bala kwata na depression. So period yali basana ikankala, and this is the period where the mother requires a lot of support. And if the mother is well supported during this period, she is able to come out of this very well. Others, we lose them. Masanga papa fye wino, but maybe 48 hours after papa atusha. Bambi mulisanga within a period of 6 weeks atusha. Why? Because a period yali basana ikankala ndio na mayo afaiko kumuchecheta wino sana. Emkwai.
All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So this is where we come to the end of the discussion this particular morning on the Insaka Yaumi radio program, which is brought to you by Population Media Center in conjunction with the Ministry of Health. And today we were wrapping up, or should we say we were summarizing. We were just giving out a summary of maternal and child health care topic in connection with early antenatal clinic booking. And in the studios, I was humbled to be in the presence of Mrs. Joanne Manda, who is the senior nursing officer, maternal child health at the district health office that is in Ndola, and Mr. Mwanza, who is the principal clinical officer at the Ndola district health office. This program was being broadcast live both on Rooster 91.3 FM and Radio Chumwemwe 91.7 FM. Remember that in the third and fourth week of this particular month, we shall be, there will be some giveaways. So always ensure that whatever it is that we bring to you on this particular program, you take a few notes here and there, or you just pay attention, because it is not just educative, but it is also rewarding at the end of the day, as you get to win a few prizes here and there, courtesy of Population Media Center and the Ministry of Health. Well, my name is Mukuka Jackson Nawa. This is where I have to say my goodbyes. God bless and have a good morning.
Listen to your favorite